Hello, this is going to be a quick video on how to install front speakers into an 8th gen Honda Civic. I'll give a few pointers along the way. I'm doing this at my body shop where I work, so I have access to a few more tools than you might, but I'll try and make do. So first thing, obviously removing the door panel. This is pretty easy. Just behind the handle here, take this off. There's a screw and maybe a plastic thing you can just punch in, and then the door handle will be off. Then behind here, you take this off with a pry tool, kind of like this, or a flathead screwdriver. Pop this up, and then just by your hands you can force this up. It takes a bit of force, but by hands you won't scratch anything. And straight up. And there's a screw back here, 2 plug-ins, and then just pull really hard from down here, and it will pop right off. So here's the top tip. Before you take the door panel off, lower the window about 3 inches. And then once you get the door panel off, you can tighten these bolts that hold the window on. I already tightened mine, but right here and right here, because sometimes the window, it comes loose, and it can rock back and forth, just if you play with it. Just something you might want to do when you're taking care of the speakers. Removing the speaker is pretty easy, just an 8mm or this Robertson Phillips screwdriver. Unscrew right here, one hand, and then lift it up. Oh, it's stuck on there pretty good to reduce some vibration, so you can take your flathead or a pry tool and just loosen it up a bit. Somehow. 1 second. There you go. So just pull the top off and then lift it up, because there are these little prongs holding it in, and then take the clip off. So once the speaker's out, I've gone ahead and chopped off all of these plastic supports and took this off. Note I cut right here on the top of the terminal and took the wires off. Don't need those anymore. So we did this because you're going to have to use this frame here to mount your speakers onto. Backwards. So that was the frame, and you're going to now mount the speakers onto the frame so that they can properly fit back into the door. And yeah, so now I'm over at the inside of the door panel, and there was this big ridge on the inside of where the old speaker was. So what you're going to have to do to fit the door panel back on properly is take a razor blade or a sharp knife or side cutters, and just take this edge off so that you can slap the door panel back on. Okay, almost done. So now that you have your speaker and the adapter ring, we'll call it, ready to go, you're going to put the speaker on top of the adapter, and this Clarion speaker has holes, and it came with some screws. So we're going to figure out where we want to screw it in. So I'm just going to mark it with either a razor blade so you know where you want to drill holes. Mark it somehow. So when you do it, you also want to make sure you leave room so that you can put the screw back in into the adapter, so you can drill it back onto the door, screw it back onto the door. So once I drill some holes, I take the screws, mount it in. On my driver's side door, I only put three screws in, and it was really tight. It wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, and then after that, we can solder the speaker wire to the factory adapter, or the factory whatchamacallit, and you're good. Cool. So we got all four in, and then next we're going to solder the wires to the terminal. So it's screwed in, it's soldered on. This is only my third time soldering, but it looks okay to me. And taped up the wire. I'm not sure if that's bad speaker etiquette or if it will affect it. If it does, I'll make a note on this YouTube video. So yeah, it's actually my third time soldering. Looks good. And I should note, this is my first time making a YouTube video, so let me know if it was good, if it was bad, if I'm fucking annoying. There we go. Yep. Finished product. I'll install it back up on my car and show you guys the sound. Blah. So connect back in, and it should fit just like stock, but with aftermarket pumping sound. Sounds really good! Thanks for watching!